Coach Gascon didn't quit today, but it just seemed like, especially in that first half defensively, you didn't have a lot of answers. And what were you seeing from your team pass rush wise and maybe pass coverage wise?
We didn't stop anything in the first half. Didn't stop the run or the pass. So you ain't winning a football game playing half of football. Yeah, I appreciate the guys' efforts in the second half, but I'm not particularly interested in moral victories, and you ain't gonna win a football game playing half of complimentary football. And we've struggled to put a full game together all year, which is my fault. So, but you ain't gonna beat a talented football team playing half of football.
I'm sure you have to be pleased with what you saw from Xavier, but for the most part, you couldn't really get that passing attack going. Why do you think you were able to struggle with that today?
I think Xavier was the most explosive player on the field.
Coach, obviously this offense is it's much different, without Will. I mean, what are your thoughts moving forward, and maybe an update on when you expect Will to be back?
I have no update. Same thing. He's week to week, right? When he's able to play, he will play. I think the offense actually did a really nice job moving the football today when they stayed ahead of the chains. Really, in the first half, we stalled out the first drive down there in the red zone, had to kick a field goal. Decided to go for it there on 4th and 6 inches right before the half, and obviously didn't execute well enough. Probably thought, hindsight, would like to see that ball handed off and just jam it up in there, and because we've been doing a pretty good job of creating enough movement there in short yardage situations at the point of attack. But that is the reality of read football. The quarterback's going to pull it sometimes when he thinks the read's there. That doesn't mean the defense has to let him go 70 yards in a 2-minute drill and score a touchdown. That was obviously a huge play in the game, though. I think it's 17-3, and obviously where the ball's right around the 30-yard line, which I know we missed a field goal last week, maybe even inside of that, but felt like that was you got to go for that. I mean, you got 6 inches to go to get a first down. You got to go for that. You have a chance to get a touchdown before the half, and then you got the ball coming out of the half. If you can score there and make it a 17-10 ball game, have the ball coming out at halftime, you have a great opportunity to take all the momentum. And obviously we didn't execute, and then again we gave up a 70-yard touchdown drive in a 2-minute drill, and now it's 24-3 at halftime. So obviously hindsight being what it is, this poor decision by the head coach. Should have lined up and kicked a field goal. But felt like with the way that first half had gone, you're down by 2 scores, you got a chance to convert right there, and if you can punch one in, all of a sudden, even though the first half was as lopsided as it was in terms of them dominating us, man, if you can go into halftime there 17-10 with the ball coming out, couldn't pass up that opportunity. Unfortunately, didn't work out.
What do you make the way Seth Davis and Jeff Pittman ran today?
I think we ran the ball pretty good against a front and a scheme that's, they got plenty of hats to stop the run. You're facing quarters, 9-man fit, as they say. I thought we did some really good things. I thought there's some really well-designed runs in there. I was pretty pleased with the offensive game plan, to be honest with you. Now you're going to have to be able to throw the ball better. I mean, you're going to have to find a way to create some plays. Xavier did a nice job, but the way the game plan was, you're going up in a lot of third and shorts to mediums, and you got to find a way to convert some third down and keep it going, keep drives going, and you got to put points on the board. But I think the offensive game plan was really well designed. You're out your starting quarterback and starting tailback. I think there were some really well designed plays in there, and then we did a really nice job of finding a way to get the ball to Xavier. He was the most explosive player out there today, and so we got to continue to find ways to get him as many touches as possible the rest of the year.
What do you think has been holding the guys back from playing a full game compared to having that just one good half?
I don't know. That's my job to figure out, though. And so, practice adjustments, all that hadn't seemed to quite make it click. One side of the ball might play a more complete game for 4 quarters, but the other side doesn't, or we don't as a team. But that's my job as head coach. So that's where the blame lies.
With the defense, where did you feel most of the disconnect was in the first half? Was it more secondary, was the fact that just pressure wasn't there compared to last weekend?
Well, I need to watch the film, but I think you need to get yourself into a state a little bit more than how you show up to practice. And Obviously, we failed to get them there, but I think we lacked a little intensity coming out. And now, to be fair though, I got to watch the film. Maybe they were playing really good, and maybe we were playing really good, and they just had a really good plan and outcoached us. But I didn't see a team who was flying around with their hair on fire, which is more disappointing than anything.
Last week it seemed you guys were winning a lot on first down defensively. It seems like Auburn really did a good job kind of getting in those second, fours, and fives.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Because same answer to what I just said, right? I mean,
But what's really the key component to winning on first down when you've got a ball control offense like that gets the ball east and west?
I got to go watch the film and see whether it was schematically call too passive. I got to see whether we're in a pretty good call, we're blitzing right into the play, and then we just get blocked mano and mano, and no one can defeat a block. I'm gonna have to review the film before I can give you a more thorough answer. But I would say it's probably anything and everything, all of the above on that in that first half. We didn't look like a very attacking, aggressive defense, which is frustrating, because that's how you got to play. You got to be the more aggressive team.
Anything else? All right.
All right, thank you.